Tonight, a woman's purpose.
I'm not single because of standards. I'm single because of sacrifice. Yeah. And the way that I operate and the way that my purpose speaks to me is if relationships around me, romantic or not, don't complement what I'm called to do, they have to be dissolved. It has to move away from me. And I am willing to give up what felt like the greatest love if it doesn't feel like you are in alignment with what I'm called to do. The man for me isn't going to attempt to drag me away from my purpose. He's going to figure out his part of his purpose for me is going to figure out how he can highlight that in me. Like the man for me is going to say, I see that you're called to do something. I want you to do that. How can I support you? Also, the man for me understands that what I am called to do is probably in alignment with elevating him in some way. It doesn't have to be a me or a this or that. It's an and thing. And that's a really, really big deal. It's just so many choices that people make because society says you have to make them. I have always refused to be that person, and I'll die alone before I become that person. And honestly, I'm not alone. I'll never be alone. I'm very clear on what I've been called to do, and either you contribute to that or you disappear.
Okay, topic for tonight, a woman's purpose. She said a few things that stood out. So the first thing is I'm going to do is I'm going to give her credit. So she made a statement and said that essentially she is prepared to be alone. And I got to commend her for that. Yeah, this type of mindset is definitely going to have you alone. Yeah, but the reason why I want to commend her for that is because most folks won't do that. Yeah, they won't admit that they know that something that they're thinking or the way that they think may have them alone. A lot of people don't want to admit that. Yeah, they'll come up with 1,000,001 reasons why they alone. The prospects ain't good. The dating pool got pee in it. You know, these dudes ain't leveled up. These dudes ain't educated. They'll give you 1,000,000 reasons outside of the fact that their mindset is skewed. So let me give her credit for understanding that there may be something skewed about what she's saying. The other thing I'll say is she spoke around her purpose. She spoke around what she's been called to do. She even got to the point where she spoke about the man's purpose. Yeah, my question to her would be, how are you speaking about the man's purpose and you don't understand yours? Yeah, but that's why I say we got to be careful out here in these social media streets. Yeah, we got some folks out here on these microphones and they just talking to talk. They just talking to hear they self-talk. But we really got to pay attention to the substance behind what they're saying. Yep, at the end of the day, your purpose is not your career. Your purpose is not your job. Yeah, a lot of folks like to convince themselves that that's their purpose because that's what's easy. Yep, taking that mindset or taking that position allows you to escape a few things. It allows you to escape accountability. It allows you to basically escape doing the inner work, the work on yourself and understanding what you're really supposed to be doing. It allows you to scapegoat. Yep, and I hear a lot of folks talk about their job like that's their purpose. That's not your purpose. And the reason why you should know that that's not your purpose is because that job can be snatched tomorrow. It's temporary. I like to say it's not tangible. But we try to hold these things and attach these things to our internal purpose and why we're here and our calling, and that's not accurate. Yeah, so that right there will definitely, if that's your mindset, that's going to have you by yourself. Yeah, she also made a reference to the man for her. once again, mindset. Sis, you talking real selfish. Yeah, what about you being the right woman for the right man? Like, see, you see how we move out here? Yep, everything is selfishly driven. Yep, it's selfishly driven. We're talking about the fact of what the man's purpose is, but we're not even talking about the preparation we need to do so that we can complement this man's purpose. Yeah, but sometimes when I hear some of these things, I feel bad for us because this is the stuff that is permeating through social media. This is the stuff that, young men and young women are absorbing right now. Yeah, we're so overly selfish and we're so money driven to where we will look past the stuff that's actually important. We'll look past the reasons why we are truly here. Yep, just because we want to, focus on some money or boss chick or boss dude or whatever you want to call it. Like, we all over the place. You have to take it a step further. She made a point about the fact that we will do things now because this is what society tells us we should do. I wonder, has there ever been a point, in this young lady's process where she thought about maybe what she's sitting here saying right now is what society is telling her to do? Like, you see how we be missing this stuff? Like, you see how we be missing how we get programmed? Yeah, you are literally saying that you so focused on your career and some money that you're willing to die alone. Like, let that sink in. Go ahead, Vince.
But I even think that's cap because, and I see this with a lot of attractive young ladies, because they still can date, they still get flirted with, they still like having sex. She's having sex with somebody.
Of course.
And they think that that's going to last forever, but they going to hit that wall, like your brother Kevin Samuel said, where guys are going to stop talking to her. She's not going to be that cute little 24 to 33-year-old thing that black don't crack. You still going to be, I got a lady right now where she's 50-something years old and it's dwindling down. She's a very attractive lady, but she understands, I can go date somebody 35. No, you can't go date nobody 35 that you want, not for real. Right. But I think they get tricked because they still get attention and they still get the male. They still get male attention. I wonder would she feel that way if she wasn't getting any male attention.
Right.
Would she still be like, it's okay if I die alone?
A job is not a purpose, ma'am. A career, a business is not a purpose, ma'am. That's not a purpose. That's what we do to maintain ourselves and take care of ourselves while we're here living this experience. But it is not your purpose unless you are doing a very specific thing that has been ordained by your creator. Other than that, it's a job, sis. It's not your purpose. And women are confusing the fact that because they have reached a certain amount of success or they're doing well, I'm on my purpose. But how do you know that's your purpose? That's a job. That's a career. It's great that it's going well. But is that all you're supposed to do with your life? And this woman is basically saying, I will forego my opportunity for a legacy if the potential man that I entertain won't fall in line with my purpose. And I just want to know, are you sure you're on purpose? Because you're about to potentially block something that actually could be beneficial to you because you feel like if he can't get, and basically for me, she's just restating and repackaging what we already hear a lot of women say. I need him to match my energy. We already hear a lot of women saying that. I need him to match my energy. How is what she's saying any different than that? It's the same thing. And that